what fashion?
Cast off.
Cast off. Okay, you mean the cast was off, or? The death of Captain Kirk. Yeah, well, here's the, that's called denial. Here's what happened. We made 6 films, and they made approximately $100 million each. They spent approximately $35 million on making it. So the multiple in movies is 3 times, that's about what it reached. So everybody made a little bit of money on the Star Trek movies, the franchise that I was in. But by that time, the Next Generation was doing very well on television. So the management at Paramount figured, well, if Next Generation is doing well, they should do well in movies. Let's make movies with that cast, and it'll make more money. So they came to me and said, we're going to kill Captain Kirk and put the Next Generation cast in making films. And if you would like to, we'd love for you to play the death of Captain Kirk, but if you don't, we'll figure another way and just get on with the fact that that the Next Generation is more popular now than your series was. So I realized that I had to do something, and I thought I'll do it. By the way, they asked Leonard to be in it, and Leonard turned it down for that very reason. I decided I'd go with him, and they wrote an ending in which Captain Kirk gets shot in the back. Yeah. Boo is good. Boo is good. I read it, and I thought, well, whatever you said is good, I'm sure. I read it, and I thought, I can make this work. And the reason I thought I could make it work was this. A year or 2 before, I was riding a young horse in a competition. And the horse saw something that I didn't see, reared up in the air, and then fell backwards. Literally flipped backwards. That sometimes happens, and usually it's fatal, either for the rider or the horse or both. And I'm looking at this horse coming back over on me, thinking, this is either fatal for me or the horse, or both. At the last minute, the horse twists to the side, lands on my leg, and sort of, I didn't know at the time, I thought crushed my leg. And then it scrambles off and I'm lying on the ground. You may have noticed I'm a type A personality. That may have occurred to you over the years. It's true. Type O blood, type A personality. So I tried to get up, and I fell down. I thought, I gotta get up. Fell down. Up, down, until somebody sat on my head and said, don't get up. And I said, okay. Then they said, call for an ambulance. And I said, don't call for an ambulance. And they said, you may be bleeding inside. And I said, call for an ambulance. So they called for an ambulance, and they put me in the gurney, and into the ambulance, and through the streets of Louisville, Kentucky, careening around in all the rescue 911s that I have done. The gurney's tied down. The doctors are soothing your fevered brow. It's all right, Mr. Shatner. Nothing's going to be. You're not in any danger. It's all right. Don't worry. None of that happened here. The gurney was loose, and both guys were in the front, and I'm slammed against the sides of the foot. And finally, they get me to Humana Hospital there. Doctors are out there taking a smoke. It's Kentucky. It's a tobacco place. And they say, look, there's Shatner shooting another Rescue 911. I'm dying! So they take me in, and they examine me, and I can't walk. The doctor finally pulls the curtains around the emergency bed, and he says, here, pee into this bottle. Actually, he said, go to the men's room and pee into the bottle. I said, if I could go to the men's room, I wouldn't be here. Doctor, he says, all right, here's the bottle. So he leaves, and now I'm trying to pee into the bottle. Curtain opens up, and a beautiful nurse is standing there. And she says, I'm your biggest fan. I said, of course. Now, why was I telling you this story? What was the question? I got so intrigued by the answer.
You were leading into why you decided to go with Generations.
So, I know. I carry him everywhere I go. Any audience over 500 people, he's with me. I know how to play, standing up and falling down, standing up and falling down. So, what's his face shoots me in the back, and I drop down. I stand up, and I drop down, and drop down. I stand up. Patrick comes over and says he's dying, and he died, and I died. And that's it. All right, I've done the best I could. If they're going to kill me anyway, good luck to the next generation. And we're in the hottest place in the world. Something on fire whatever it was in Nevada. It was very hot. We're glad to get out of there. That's it, I'm out of here. And I'm out of there. 4 or 5 weeks later, I get a phone call. You know, the ending needs a little work. We got to reshoot the ending and give Captain Kirk more nobility. Okay. So we go back to the Desert of Fire, or whatever it was. It's even hotter now. Got to get out of there. And they built a big bridge, and the bridge falls down, and Patrick's going to go, and I haul Patrick back, and I fall down, and then I fall down. One of the greatest lines in the world occurred to me at that moment. I had always said, Captain on the bridge. Captain Kirk. When this scaffolding fell down on top of me, I wanted to say, bridge on the captain. You see, this whole evening is a discussion of comedy and drama. So they wouldn't let me say it. I actually suggested saying that. And the director went, Are you crazy? And Patrick said, yes, he is. So that was the ending and the death of Captain Kirk. Not exactly, I wanted trumpets and timpanis. And they gave me violins. But that was the death of Captain Kirk, and I had to go along with it. And then the cudgels were taken up by the next generation. Thank you.